In lesson 413A, we are finally getting to traditional multiplication, multiplying by a single digit today. This is how I learned how to multiply, and your parents did, so this is probably what most adults will be comfortable helping you with. Today, you will not find this in your packet or your math journal. Instead, I really just want you to use a whiteboard, or if you would prefer it to not erase easily, you could also use a piece of paper. But give yourself plenty of room. Grab your multiplication chart. I cannot emphasize enough that these should have been memorized through the 12s already. Get yourself a set of multiplication cards. I sent some in your Portage pickup, or go to the Dollar Tree or order some. All right, on your whiteboard, you're going to start by just writing down 43 times 9. Let's just do one problem at a time. I'm going to use some colors just to help you see, since you're not actually watching me as I'm completing with my hand moving and stuff. But what the first thing I'm going to do is take the 9 times 3, and 9 times 3 is 27. I'm going to write down my 7 and carry my 2 over to the tens place. Now I need to multiply the 9 times 4. 9 times 4, which is 36. And then I add in the 2. 36 plus 2 is 38. I go ahead and write in the 38. It is really 9 times 40, which is 360, with 20 more added, which I get 380. That's when I put it in front of the 7, it ends up being in the hundreds place. So the answer to 43 times 9 is 387. Stick with me on this. For those of you who know this, you will do just fine. Those of you who need a little bit of assistance, stick with me. We'll go through many of these together. Now go ahead and erase your whiteboard, or find yourself another space to write 56 times 4. First thing we're going to do is to take 4 times 6. 4 times 6 is 24. I'm going to write down just the 4, which is the ones place. Carry the 2 over and just spread it small above the 5. I'm really carrying over 20. Now, I will take 4 times 5, which is 20, plus 2 more, which is 22. The answer is 224. Now, just to let you understand this a little bit more, when I took 4 times 5, it was really 200, or 4 times 50 is 200, plus 20 more is the 220 in the 224. Next, go ahead and let's take 81 times 7. Go ahead and write down 81 times 7. We'll start by taking 7 times 1, which is 7. Nothing that I need to carry over. Now I'll take 7 times the 8, which is 56. I write that next in front of the 7. 7 times 80 is really 560. And that's where it is part of the 567. I always circle my answer, especially as you get into larger digits, just so that you can easily identify your solution. All right, let's write down 49 times 3. Go ahead and write down 49 times 3. First thing I'm going to do is take 3 times 9, which is 27. put down your 7, carry your 2 over to the next place value in the tens. Now I will take 3 times 4, which is 12, plus 2 more, which is 14. 3 times 40 is really 120, plus 20 more is the 140 in the 147. The answer is 147. Now let's take a 3-digit number times a single digit. So on your whiteboard or paper, let's write down 324 times 6. Go ahead and write down 324 times 6. First, we'll take the 6 times 4, which is 24. Put down your 4, carry your 2 over to the next place value. I'm not going to explain each time the value of what you're multiplying because I think we've done so much of that already. But now I'll take 6 times 2, which is 12, plus 2 more, which is 14. Put down the 4, carry the 1 of 14. Now take 6 times 3, which is 18, plus 1 more, which is 19. The answer to 324 times 6 is 1,944. Let's try another one. Let's take 807 times 2. Please, on your whiteboard, write down 807 times 2. We'll start with the 2 times 7, which is 14. Carry your 1 to the next place value. Now I take 2 times 0, which is 0, plus 1 more, which is 1. Then multiply 2 times 8, and that's my last one to multiply, so I put it all down, 16. 1,614. Make sure you're doing this with me so that you understand. I'm going to go ahead, do one more together, and then I'm going to allow, if you think you know this, either you've done it in the past, I will allow you to move on to the rest of your math work or continue on with me. So let's take 1,428 times 6. Go ahead and write down 1,428 times 6. We're going to start with 6 times 8. Again, those multiplication facts are crucial. 6 times 8 is 48. You put down your 8, carry your 4 over to the next place value. Now we're going to take the 6 times 2, which is 12, plus 4 more, 16. Carry your 1 after you put down the 6. Now we take 6 times 4, which is 24, plus 1, which is 25. Put down your 5, carry your 2. I have to keep carrying over as long as there's one more number that I need to multiply 6 by. And lastly, 6 times 1 is 6, plus the number we carried over, plus 2 is 8. So the answer to 1,428 times 6 is 8,568. So I'm going to let you make your own decision here. If you understand completely, you may move on to the rest of your math. If you're unsure, continue and do a few more with me. We'll do 3 or 4 more. Let's go ahead and take 97 times 8. Go ahead and write down 97 times 8. We're going to go ahead, multiply 8 times 7. So always start in the ones place. 8 times 7 is 56. You put down your 6, carry the 5 over to the next place value, which would be the tens. Now we will take 8 times 9, which is 72, plus the 5 that we carried over, which is 77. The answer to 97 times 8 is 776. Let's try a number in the hundreds. Go ahead and write down 104 times 9. 104 times 9. We're going to take the 9, start multiplying with the ones place. So 9 times 4 is 36. Put down your 6 and carry your 3 over to the next place value. Now we take the 9 times the next place value, the tens. 9 times 0 is 0, plus the number we carried over is 3. Be careful when multiplying by the zeros. Then we take 9 times 1, which is 9. So the answer to 104 times 9 is 936. Go ahead and erase. And let's try another problem. Let's take 838 times 5. 838 times 5. We'll start with 5 times 8. I always start multiplying by the number in the ones place. 8 times 5 is 40. Put down your 0 and carry your 4 over to the next place value, the tens. Now we take 5 times 3, which is 15, plus the number we carried. 15 plus 4 is 19. Carry my 1 from the 19. Now take 5 times 8, which is 40, plus the 1 we carried over, 41. So we get an answer of 4,190. Go ahead and erase. We're going to try one more, and we'll practice again for those of you who need it in our small math group. One more problem. 850 times 6. 850 times 6. We always start multiplying with the number in the ones place. So 6 times 0 is 0. Now we take 6 times 5, which is 30. Put down your 0, carry your 3 over. Oops, sorry. I finished the problem but didn't record it. So then the last one is 6 times 8 is 48. 48 plus 3 is 51. So there were already zeros there. Sorry about that. So the answer is 5,100. Go ahead and complete the rest of your math work for today.